We are so fucking back, my Grillas. Let's fucking go!
Yeah.
Baby!
Yeah. Okay, I think I'm a boomer. I think I'm a zoomer. I think I'm a
Orange
zoomer.
Hitler
Yeah,
back
my
in the
mind's a
White
zoomer.
House. Can you believe it?
Okay.
Can you believe it?
EWGWHITE coming with the heat.
I stay fooling with my
Welcome to the Grillcast, the only podcast in the whole entire world dedicated to radical centrism. I am your host, Orion. Not joining me today is our boy Micah. This was kind of a last-minute ramshackle affair, but we do have a very special guest. You might be thinking to yourself, Orion, you've been gone for 2 months. You haven't covered the election, the lead up to it at all. You haven't done anything. So this kind of is something I'm doing to make up for my extended absence. And I think that you will find that this is it does the job. It does the job. You will walk away satisfied with your Gumroad investment. Joining me today is our guest. He is a shelf stalker for Kroger. He's a high-ranking libtard and an alleged thought patroller. Our drama's own Pizzashill. How's it going, buddy? How are you doing today?
Well, it's so well. Although I would push back against a shelf stalker. To be clear, I work for the district.
Oh, you do what now?
I work for the district.
Oh, so you're the head shelf stalker. You're the head honcho of shelf
More
stalking.
like in charge of produce for a bunch of stores. It's like audit, enforcing company standards, stuff like that.
Very interesting stuff, Pizza. Very interesting. Now, how are you feeling after the election last night? Look, you were running around saying Donald Trump will fail, Kamala will be president. You said, I'm voting for her because she might fuck me if she wins. She
Well,
might have sex with me
A little bit
if
of
I vote for her.
a little bit of a correction of the record there. Did not vote for Kamala Harris. In fact, hated Kamala Harris. Said it several times.
Oh, because she wasn't libtarded enough for you.
No.
That's what happened.
No, I'm actually the opposite of a libtard. If you guys weren't aware of that, I'm more of a centrist in reality. I just LARP as a libtard on the internet.
You know, that is pretty based, because one thing I do appreciate about you, Pizza, and look, we've had some points of contention, we'll get into that here shortly, but one thing I appreciate about you is that you're kind of the court jester of our drama. You come in there, right, everybody's chudding out, they try and pretend like, oh yeah, we're so not chuds, we're so much better than that, but at the end of the day, they're not.
They're not.
They're not better than that. They're chuds, and you go in there, you LARP as a libtard, and you make a lot of people very angry.
Well, what I learned a long time ago, so when I first got introduced to our drama, I was fighting with an SJW on our movies on Reddit, and they had said something incorrect. I don't remember what it was about at this point, but I fact checked them, dude. I fucking started posting facts at them, and then they started telling me I was sea lioning them, and I didn't know what this meant at the time because I was still kind of new to the whole SJW thing. And
Because it's a gay Reddit term, and normal people have no idea what that shit means.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought too. But apparently, it's like a real thing. But I don't even remember. Essentially, what it means is like an SJW says something crazy, and then you demand facts from them, and they've come up with a term to kind of like not present those facts. They accuse you of sea lioning them. Anyway, I got pinged to our drama, and that's what started the whole thing. But I was like never a liberal. I was like super famous on Reddit at one point on an account nobody knows, strictly for posting right-wing bullshit. Like it's insane, dude. The fact people think I'm some kind of libtard is hilarious.
I do believe that you were a prolific Redditor. You know, the things you do, the things you say, the way you act definitely comes across like a prolific Redditor would. You know, you say that you're not a libtard, but you're talking about how you're going around fact-checking people. That is kind of lib-coded, don't you think?
I mean, is it? I mean, I think it's like the best way to make someone mad on the internet, right? Like, I actually got my start in the World of Warcraft trade channels, if you can believe that, back when I used to play WoW professionally.
Yeah, I can believe that, too. Everything seems to be adding up here, Pizza. Everything seems to be adding up. And look, you know, I actually have a pretty good way of pissing people off too. When you're messing with people, maybe you could adopt this as a strategy. There's this website called Your Logical Fallacy Is.
I know what that is. I'm familiar.
Yeah. Just leave a link to the to Your Logical Fallacy Is for whatever one they committed. It never fails to piss people off. It's the douchiest thing you can do. That's something you should add to your repertoire.
Well, no. So like, I don't like fallacies, right? Like, I think that like they're misquoted a lot. I guess, are miscited, and that like for example, like Adhominum, for example, is like what, you know what I'm saying, is like, hey, someone makes a point, you call them retarded, but you don't respond to the point. Yeah, that's an Adhominum. What I would do is like prove someone wrong and also call them retarded, and they would always like, oh, that's an Adhominum. It's not the correct use of the term, dude. You know what I mean? It's like,
Yeah,
it's just
no,
weird.
I hear what you mean. I get the feeling that you're more of a guy. You don't like fallacies, you like phallacies. You know,
Yeah,
that's
totally. Has anyone ever told
yeah,
you you
yeah.
have like a lovely podcast voice though?
No, I've actually literally never heard that. I've only heard negative things about my voice. How it's like nails on a chalkboard. I almost think that's a backhanded compliment there, but I'll take it. I'll take it. Thank you.
I think you have
Pizzashill.
like a podcast voice, man. It's actually interesting.
I've developed it over
Yeah.
time. It's in my tool belt there. Now, Pizza, I do want to talk about the contention that there's been between us over the last few months. For example, I threatened to drive down to Portland and knock over your shelves in your store, kick your ass, take you as my concubine. And you posted a picture of your AR-15. You promised to kill me. I tried to interview your ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, I put a stop to that.
Yeah, you forced her to not do it. That sucked, dude. That sucked. I was trying to get dirt on you.
I mean, she doesn't. She's not going to give you any dirt, dude. She doesn't know anything.
Honestly, I think that she would, because to me, and look, I'm not trying to be rude here, she doesn't seem very smart to me.
And that's like, so this is part of the Poom Charm, I like to call it. She's able to seem as dumb as she wants, but she's actually like pretty smart. She has like a computer science degree, a math degree. Like, she's not like an idiot. She's just drunk all the time, I guess.
Now, see, that's pretty base. I can relate to that personally, being drunk all the time and being a secret genius. Nobody appreciates
I don't know if I would say genius per se. I think that she's like smart. Like, I don't know. I think genius is kind of a high bar, you know? It's not a word I throw around lately.
Very kind words for your ex-girlfriend there. It seems like you two still might have a bond. We'll get into that later, but I do want to ask, with these points of contention that we had, why is it that you reached out to talk to me? You told me that I was nobody, I was nothing, that I was cloud chasing by trying to talk to you, even though, you're just
let's be clear.
A poster on a gay cat website.
There's no clout to be had on our drama.net. So, I mean, you got to know, so I guess my interpretation of our drama.net is to blow everything out of proportion, exaggerate everything, and just be generally dramatic, right? Like, I don't think anyone can like chase clout on our drama.net. It's not big enough. It's not relevant enough. I don't know. I like to scuffle with people on the internet, you know? It's what I enjoy doing with my free time.
I mean, yeah, that's, I think all of us have reached that point, that, weird, shitty corner of the internet. There's a reason why we all ended up there, and it's all because we're maladjusted weirdos who like to argue for no fucking reason and waste our day.
But what I would say is part of the charm of our drama.net is you're allowed to say whatever you want, right? Like, in most areas of society,
you can't call people pedophiles.
Oh, that's true. They did crack down on that, didn't they?
Yeah. Free Patsy, free Spal, free Moon Metropolis,
but
free
still,
my
like,
niggas.
I feel like there's like few corners of the internet remaining that have like a big enough audience in which you can still kind of just like say it, do whatever you want, right?
I know what you mean. I love the site. There's a reason why I've centered some of my shows around it. It's because I do it for the love of the game. I just want to make fun content for my Grillas there. The people
Grillas?
there.
Is that what you call people?
Yeah, our Grillas. That is our fan base, the Grillish, the best fan base in the world. They put up with me being gone for... Are you okay, man?
No, dude. Hold on. No, I'm fine. Something happened.
Jesus Christ, dude. You're doing a show right now, right? Like, get it together.
I'm sick, brother. What do you want me to do about it?
Yeah, I'm a little under the weather myself there, pal. So I guess we'll just move on to the ex-girlfriend thing, the Pojam thing, because you two and your relationship has been a center point of our drama in its lore.
I mean, is it? Is that true? Like, is it actually that relevant to people?
Well, it's just funny because, like, me personally, I don't post any details of my relationship online. I think it's a bad idea.
I actually
But
agree.
you two seem to have done it with reckless abandon. You know, you've posted all the things that have gone wrong in it, like when she took your car while she was drunk and crashed it. Can you tell us a story about that, actually? I'd love to hear how that went down. You know, what was going on in your head. Let's get the lowdown on that.
Well, as far as I remember, I came home. I went to bed. I wake up. She's gone. I wake up at like 8 o'clock. She's gone. I'm like, okay, I guess she's probably just out doing something, right? But then like 3 a.m. rolls around and she's still not back and my car is still gone. So I'm like, well, shit, is she dead? What does she do? You know? So eventually I have to call her mother, which is a woman that I fucking hate beyond belief. She's an enabling piece of shit. Okay. Horrible person. And, I'm like, hey, have you heard from Pojam? Do you know where she might be? And her mom, when I call her, is fucking wasted, by the way, too. Like, I can tell she's wasted. And what did she say? She says, oh, I don't know. I'll look into it. So then, like 7 a.m. rolls around, and Pojam's mom has been calling hospitals and fucking jails and shit. Or I told her mom to call hospitals, and her mom immediately defaulted to calling jails, which I found funny. But, and then, like...
Seems like she was smart to do that, though.
No, I was actually super worried about it because I thought she might be dead. But then her mom basically weaponized this whole event against me. She, like, told her that I was only worried about the car and didn't care what happened to her, even though she was calling jails and I was calling hospitals, right? Like I think that says something. But, and then I was like... And her mom calls me. He's like, oh, I found her. She's in jail. And I'm like, okay. And she's like, the car's totaled, though. And I'm like, oh, the car's totaled, huh? And she's like, yeah, it's pretty bad. I'm like, well, that fucking sucks. And like, I'm justifiably mad in this situation, right? I feel like if you buy a car, okay, and someone gets drunk and totals it, it's justified to be mad in a way. You know what I mean? I don't think I'm in the wrong here. But then her mom just turns this whole thing against me. She's like, he only cared about the car. He doesn't care about you. Like, and he doesn't have a right to be mad about this. He's the one that bought you the car. He knows you can't drive or something like that. I'm like, no, first of all, she can drive. She was just drunk, right? And I'm like, how did she get drunk? Well, your mom gave you the money to get drunk. Your mom is to blame for this overall. And then, yeah,
see, because you were running around our drama being like, this stupid bitch crashed their car. I hate this dumb cunt.
I was mad.
So maybe there was a little bit of justification for the mom saying, you know,
well, here's
that
the thing.
You cared more about the car.
This is before I realized that the insurance is going to pay me more than I paid for the car, right? Like, if you just randomly lost $20,000 or whatever for no reason, like, you'd be mad too. And that was before I even like really understood like what happened here. But no, it wasn't. I also forgave her for that. It's not like I like kicked her out or something like that. I went fucking insane on her. She just exaggerated how bad it was.
It's not like you kicked her out. You just went to the internet where people know her and are friendly with her.
She posts. No one is. First of all, nobody is friendly with her. That's a lie. Like, let's not. Let's not. No, I think this is like one of my biggest issues and why I've told her she has to get off of Discord and our drama like 50 times now is because like she gets manipulated by people that are like not actually her friends, but she thinks that they are. So,
yeah,
like,
I was trying to do that to get dirt on you. Yeah.
Exactly. This is my point.
Yeah.
Right. Like, she's not like savvy when it comes to people, right? She understands numbers and like mechanics, but she doesn't understand how people work, really.
Do you take any blame for, you did buy a woman a car and say, just go drive this, and then got mad when the car was crashed? Like, do you feel like maybe getting so angry and...
In hindsight, like, I don't know, man. Women can't drive. I knew that going into it, but I also didn't think that she would, like, steal the car keys out from under the couch or even find them under there and then, like, take the car when I was sleeping and crash it. I didn't think that would happen.
So you had to hide the car keys from her.
Well,
your living girlfriend at the time.
I hid them every night when I went to bed because she was like, I caught her like drinking in the car one night. And I was like, you're not fucking having the car keys at night while I'm sleeping if that's the case.
Look, I'm all for drunk driving. I do it all the time. I'm a drunk driver activist, but to allow a woman to drunk drive, I think you made the right choice there by shutting that shit down.
They don't have
as well as you could.
They don't have the temperament to drive drunk, right? Like, just, I don't know. They get like...
No, it's definitely a skill issue.
Yeah. I mean, I could probably drive drunk. I don't think a woman could, though.
Now, is it true? A lot of people say, you talk about how her mom was crazy. Your mom's also very wealthy.
Her mom is not very wealthy. That's a lie. I don't know who told you that.
Well, the rumors are, the people are saying, the word around town.
Weasel
Top
words, as they're
people.
called.
Yeah, they say, is it true? Did you two just sit around the house all day while her mom paid for your rent?
No, I moved here, and she already had the apartment, and I was like, dude, I should give your mom money if I'm staying here for a bit. And I was only there for like 6 months or something before I got my own apartment here. But like, I was like, hey, we should give your mom money. And she kept saying like, oh no, my mom doesn't want any money. My mom doesn't care. And I was like, are you sure? She's like, yeah, my mom doesn't want any money. So I just never gave her money because she told me her mom didn't want any money.
So, is it true, though, that she just kind of sat around the house all day getting drunk while you went and wage cucked and,
I don't know.
you bought her
She was
cars to crash?
well,
and-
she called her, how she says she was a stay-at-home girlfriend.
Oh, God. And you just let her get away with that. You were
There's
just like,
nothing-
yep, this is fine.
There's nothing wrong with that if both parties are cool with it, right? Like I didn't really care.
You really didn't mind at all because there are a lot of times you'd go to our drama and seethe about her, talk about how she didn't do anything, kind of a bum.
Well, that was
just getting
like-
drunk all day.
Yeah, I mean, we had our problems, I guess. Like I don't.
Yeah, that you made very public.
I don't think you guys. Do you know what it's like to like live with an alcoholic 24 hours a day? It's not fun.
Yeah, because I'm an alcoholic. I
Yeah,
absolutely.
but like your perspective of it has the alcoholic is different than the perspective of someone outside, right? Like that's not the alcoholic. It's like very stressful and just not fun to deal with.
Now, see, what's interesting to me, Pizzashill, is that you're renowned, and you do this yourself. You try and say that you're a based thought patroller, that you were the big nigga around town, that women cower in fear
What?
by your very words. But you allow this woman to live in your house rent-free, getting drunk all day, crashing your car, while you wage cuck to pay for everything. How is it that you're a thought patroller then, is what I'm wondering. That's always been a weird disconnect for me, and I've never really gotten a good answer for it.
I think even the most rabidly of anti-foid men have one foid that's their weakness, right? And that's Pojum for me.
That's really actually kind of romantic and sweet, Pizzashill. That's one thing I was hoping to hear on this interview was the sweet, the warm, tender side of Pizzashill, because it's not something you get very often. What a rare moment that we can all appreciate. Let's get a round of applause for this, my Grillos. Wow.
Yep. I'm actually a super nice person in reality.
Oh wow, I believe it. I believe it. You seem like a nice guy. I would say that. You seem like a nice guy. Now, you talked about her mom being crazy, a cunt, an enabler.
Yeah.
Would you elucidate that situation a little bit? Shine a light on the conflicts that you had with her that led to your breakup ultimately?
Well, the first thing you got to understand about Pojum's mother is her mother is delusional and obsessed with the UK. She thinks it's some kind of like paradise land. I don't know how to explain it. What started this conflict?
Fuck?
Yeah, absolutely insane, right? That's what I said. But like, so basically, Pojum married some guy when she was like 22 or something like that. Some fucking retard off an internet forum. She has a type, I guess. But like, she had not seen this guy for like 8 years, bro. Like, I don't. So like, this whole time, he's just sitting there in the corner. I guess I don't know what the fuck that's about. But her mom is obsessed with this guy and thinks he's some kind of like successful individual. He's like a poverty wage cop in the UK, I guess. But
Isn't he Pakistani?
I think he's Indian. Same thing, I guess, right? Like it's pretty similar.
I don't think they would like it if you said that, but I believe it.
They wouldn't, but just factually, they're basically the same thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
But he's not like a real Indian. He's like 80% white or something. But,
so I kind of want to know, how did the mom drive the wedge in the relationship? So she's married to this guy in England, runs to America, and
she never lived in England, to be clear. I don't know how this whole thing worked because I was like out of the loop, but her mom is like a Catholic and obsessed with like the sanctity of marriage or some bullshit. And her mom just basically keeps telling her and convincing her that the UK is like this great land of opportunity and like it's way easier to get a software developing job in the UK than America. And like this escalated to me like getting in a fight with her mom over the phone. I'm like, dude, like you were delusional. And her mom was like saying shit like, if you go to the UK, you can go to museums in London and it'll cure your drinking and all kinds of crazy bullshit, dude. I was like, dude, you're fucking
cure your alcoholism.
you're delusional, is what I said to her. And then her mom like just fucking hammered this over and over again. Kept buying her plane tickets and shit, and she would like get the plane ticket and then not go. And this happened like 8 times in 8 months or a year or something like that. Her mom just kept buying her plane tickets and like trying to basically force her into the UK. And eventually she just caved and went.
So let me get this straight. So you meet her. She's married to a guy in England.
Oh, I didn't know she was married until like 3 years into our relationship, to be clear.
So you start dating her while she's married, find out 3 years later. You say, you know what, this isn't a deal breaker. This is fine.
Well, she hadn't seen the guy in like 8 years. It's like an estranged ex-husband, if anything. It was like, like it wasn't like a big deal. I didn't really care that much. It's not like she like said she hadn't seen him in 8 years.
Okay, so she doesn't see this guy. You're like, whatever, this is fine. You know, this woman I love is married to a Pakistani man in England and sitting around the house all day getting drunk. This is fine. And then
that sounds crazy unless you know how Pojam works. Like, this is just how she is, dude. It's not like this is not out of the norm for her. Like, it's just how she is.
No. It doesn't sound that crazy. It sounds like some I mean, it's crazy, but it's like standard woman crazy. You know, you just got taken along for the ride, kind of. Yeah. Allowed it. Kind of a sad situation.
I was a bystander, basically.
And so you date her for what, like 5 or 6 years or something?
It's like, yeah, something like that. 2017 to 2024.
She's finally convinced to come to England, and the Pakistani guy just is like, "All right, we're back in business."
Bro, guy, let me tell you right now, giga cuck. Like, I don't know, like what that guy's thing is, bro. But like, she was just like telling him to fuck off and stop contacting her and stuff, and he would just like come back like a week later, like, "Hey, how you doing?" Like, it was just over and over again. It's like just the most stereotypical, like, this is my only option Indian dude you can think of, dude. Man, it was insane.
I can't believe this Indian guy was being persistent and not leaving when a woman told him to fuck off. That's
you got
unheard of.
Exactly. That's what I mean. I guess like when you put it that way, it is kind of like an Indian trope that they're all like that. But
yes, hello, dear. I love you very much. When come back.
Yeah, and then the woman just says like, "Oh, no thanks," and all of a sudden it's like, "Fuck you, stupid whore! How dare you!" Like, this is fucking crazy, man. But yeah, they are not. I don't know. This guy was super pathetic, though, dude. Like, you just don't know the half of it.
Wow. So he just accepts her back, and she just lives in England, being an alcoholic with this Pakistani beat cop to this day.
Yeah, apparently.
Now,
apparently so.
The rumors that I'm hearing from Carpathian Flores, I think it's Carpathian Flores. He changes his name so much, I have no idea. But around the rumor mill, top people, you know, the best people, many people are saying, Pizzashill and Pojam are getting back together. She's leaving England this week or next, and her bald Pakistani husband, because she misses him so much and is planning to abuse her mother into paying to fly her back because Pizzashill can't afford the ticket.
First of all, I posted a picture of my just everyday checking account on our drama.net like not even 2 hours ago. So I mean, the idea I can't afford a ticket is laughably absurd. Second of all,
you do take a lot of pride. I'm sorry, I need to stop you for a second. You do take a lot of pride in, having $25,000 in your savings account, and you
that's a misunderstanding.
You post it constantly.
I don't though. If you'll notice, I've only ever posted that in response to someone saying I can't afford something that's very cheap, right? Like realistically, that's not true
at all. Because what? That's not true at all, because we've argued and you've been like, well, post your bank account if you think you're better than me.
No, you called me poor, bro. What are you talking about? You literally called me poor in that argument. I'm 100% sure of it.
I didn't call you poor. I did not.
Someone called me poor in that whole exchange. I don't know who it was, but
somebody called you poor at some point, because it gets your goat. You get very mad about it.
Yeah, but let's
and
be
then
clear.
You're telling me to post my bank account. I'm not going to post my personal shit on the internet. You're very comfortable with doing that and like doing it, but personally for me, I think that's dumb thing to do to win an argument. I use my words, my superior facts and logic.
Well, I'm not, but that's not how I think, right? Like if someone says, like for example, today when I posted, someone says, "Hey, you make minimum wage and are broke after paying rent." Why would I not just refute that with like a 2-second screenshot, right? Rather than trying to argue with them. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, I don't know. Either way, I don't take like much pride in it. I don't. That's not even like a lot of money to have in it. Like it's like, oh, it's like a
I've
normal.
seen you post it over a dozen times, Pizza.
Oh please, like 3 times, 4 times max, dude. Get out of here.
I've seen you do it so many times. Real-time fact check. My Grillas, can we get a real-time fact check here? Because this is
times. Or I don't know.
At least you post it all the time, man. But look, we're getting into the weeds here. We're getting into the weeds.
Well,
I'm looking for the
where
real.
I excel is in the weeds, buddy.
I'm looking for the real concrete facts. So, is this true? Are you stealing Pojam back from the Pakistani cuckold?
Well, let's be clear. I'm not stealing anything. I gave Pojam, or I said I laid down some facts. I said, listen, if you're not back by Thanksgiving, I'm moving on with my life. I'm not waiting around for you. Okay? And then she accused me.
The ultimatum.
And then she accused me of threatening her because I posted a picture with that Floyd in the car, which, like, right now all of a sudden she's claiming, she's saying she's coming back. She said that before. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But, like, I mean, I'm not going to fucking wait around for her to hang out in the UK, right? It's insane. I'm not, like, invested that much. Like, if she comes back, sure, that's fine. But I'm not going to fucking, like, beg her to come back or anything. She also said she was coming back, like, 2 months ago and never did. So it's possible she doesn't come back again. So what happens here, she talks to her mom. And her mom convinces her with the same bullshit that she did the last time to totally stay there. And that's what she does. Over and over again.
Now, do you see why I say she's not very smart?
No, her mom just has an insane amount of control over it. It's not like she's not smart. Like, her mom is just, I don't know. Like, she's just, it's very, I don't know. It's just very bizarre.
So you want Pojam back in your life? You're waiting with open arms.
If she comes back, she's allowed back. I'm not going to beg her to come back or like hold my breath at this point because she said she's coming back before. You know, it's whatever. I'll believe it when I see it, is what I'm saying.
It's an option that's there. Are you invested in her coming back? Is it something that you want? Because
I would like her to come back, like, but I'm not. Like I said, there's a limit to how long I'm going to wait. Right? Like this other woman now is like clearly obsessed with me. So I mean, I have options. I care about Pojam. I would like her to come back, but she's just not. She keeps saying she's coming back and doesn't come back. So I don't believe she's coming back until she's actually here. Right?
Right. So you've been playing the field a little bit. You're not somebody.
I'm not playing the field, dude. Like, I don't know how I got roped into this. There's this woman that just like keeps tricking me into hanging out with her. Like, I don't know like how it happens, but she's like, "Hey, I need some help with this," and I go to help her do something, and then all of a sudden we're on the way to the casino, dude. This happens like 3 or 4 times now. I don't know. It's weird.
So you're going to the casino, bringing her back, smashing, and you're thinking.
No,
but
she's actually a religious Christian
Pojam.
that is saving herself for marriage, so there's no smashing, unfortunately.
Is there any interest there? Like, do you have kind of like, two spots in your heart that are fighting each other now?
No.
It's all Pojam. She's the one that, is your forever soulmate.
Yes, absolutely, soulmates.
Wow. Can I give you a little advice, Pizza?
What's that?
Personally, I would say leave her in the dust. It seems like kind of an irredeemable situation, but you're going to do what you're going to do. I'm not going to harp on it or anything.
Like, Pojam, that sober Pojam is wildly different than drunk Pojam. You guys have never actually met sober Pojam. I have. It's actually a completely different person.
Yeah, I mean, but she's still an alcoholic now, right?
Yeah, she can be fixed. We'll fix it.
She can be fixed. You're gonna fix her. You can fix her.
Yeah, maybe put her in a rehab or something.
All right. So that is the plan this week or next. She might cat out on it. She might smash your heart into pieces.
Oh, is she telling people she's coming home this week or next? Because she said that like 2 months ago as well and never came back.
That is what the rumor mill is saying. That's what I'm hearing through the grapevine. Well,
I mean, I don't really know what's true or false in the art drama world anymore. To be honest, people lie a lot.
Yeah, so obviously she still has some feelings for you, though. You control her with an iron fist still. As evidenced by you killing the interview with her that I tried to set up. Do you think that she still loves you?
Maybe. I think so. She seems interested in coming back and always talks about it, but I don't really I've kind of set a rule where I'm not going to interact with her until she's back here, right? So I don't really know what she's got going on.
So you're not in communication right now. You've just said
barely.
Look, until I see you, I don't want to hear from you. That's
because let me tell you right now, if I were to still be interacting with her and being talking to her and caring, that would be basically the same thing as being a cuck. Right? I'm not going to do that. If she wants to come back, she can come back, but I'm not going to interact with her until she's back. I'm not like that Indian guy. That's insane. That guy's the most pathetic person I've ever encountered.
So, have you considered, playing the field a little bit then, and getting out there, meeting some new ladies, having a good time, getting your mind off the whole thing?
Am I playing the field? No. But do I have a woman that keeps taking me places and is clearly obsessed with me? Yes. I don't know. We'll see how that turns out, I guess.
Yeah, we will see how that turns out. Keep us updated because this is a riveting situation. Simply riveting.
It is. I don't think I'd call it riveting. I think it's just kind of standard drama. Her cat is staying with me no matter what,
this is a very standard situation. This sort of thing happens all the time. Yeah.
The cat wants nothing to do with her, though.
That's right. You did steal her cat. So,
did I steal her cat, or did she abandon it here? Then he's just given up on her. He doesn't care anymore.
Oh man, see. That's the thing, Pizza. Everybody thinks that you're this hard ass, but I can tell from this interview, you're such a caring guy. You have such a big heart. You love this cat, this poor abandoned cat.
Make no mistake. No. I'm using the cat to attack Pojam. The cat is whatever to me.
Okay, so it's a tool of manipulation.
I'm actually just kidding. No, the cat's actually pretty cool.
No, you weren't just kidding. You realized, oh shit, she might listen to this. And
I've said a bunch of things that if I cared that she was listening to, I wouldn't have said. I don't know. The cat is mine. I have videos of the cat sitting on my lap. I have videos of the cat following me around. The cat waits by the door for me to get home from work. The cat is over her completely.
Damn, that's gonna cut her deep when she hears that. That might actually bring her back. You're playing a strong game here, Pizzashill. She's gonna hear that and her heart's gonna break in two, man. She's coming home. She's coming home. I'm gonna call it right now.
Hopefully she does, but who knows?
Well, I hope that works out for you. And I guess we can move on from this situation, because I want to ask you about the time that you beat up a homeless woman.
I mean, beat up is an exaggeration. Hit, yes, she did fall down, but I don't think I beat her up. Beating her up in my mind is once she's on the ground, I'm fucking still going after her. I wasn't, though. I hit her once, she fucking fell over, it was over, that was it.
Yeah, could we get some context for it, the whole situation? From what I heard, she came up, she was hungry, cold, poor, and destitute.
No.
She said,
no.
Can I please have $1? Please, I'm so hungry, I have children, and you just blasted her in the fucking head. That's what the people are saying.
No, well, the people are wrong. First of all, I'm walking through the park, it's 1 a.m., I'm high as shit on weed that I stole from Pojam's purse because she had a bunch of weed for some reason. I'm walking through the park. What do I see? A fucking homeless tent right here in my area where I live. Unheard of. You don't see a lot of homeless. They're mainly in Portland. So I pull out my phone. I'm fucking taking it. I take a picture. I post it on our drama.net. It's I put a little soy jack there, pointing out, look, homeless person. And next thing I know, this fucking hobo lady comes running out of the tent. What are you doing? And I'm I'm filming a TikTok. That's my default response, right? And then she fucking just comes at me. So I start fucking just swinging, dude. I hit her once and she fell over.
Yeah. And so you kick this poor homeless woman's ass, leave her, possibly dead on the ground.
No way, bro.
Probably unconscious. Most likely dead.
No shot, dude. She was fine. Was
she unconscious?
I mean, no. She was yelling and shit. She definitely wasn't unconscious. But at the same time, if you're out there living in the streets, there's no way you're so soft as though me hitting you one time is gonna kill you, dude. I'm not a fighter. I carry a gun for a reason. So I hit her, and she fell over. That was the end of it. I didn't fucking go after her. There was no attempt to murder her. I've seen someone say I tried to kill her and shit. No, that didn't happen, dude.
Likely story. Because you did, talk about how you, kicked the shit out of her, how she would probably have to be hospitalized.
I did not say I kicked the shit out of her or she would be hospitalized.
She was black and blue all over.
Yeah, that's an
How it gave you a
exaggeration.
throbbing erection.
Oh no, definitely not.
Those are the things I've heard. If that's wrong, then that's why
where?
you're here to correct.
Where did you
the
hear?
record.
Where did you hear that at, dude? That's BS.
Many people are saying top people.
Oh yeah, top people.
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense.
Did you feel powerful after you beat the hell out of this homeless woman?
I'm not proud of this, but yes.
What was the feeling afterwards?
I mean, it's hard to describe. It wasn't like I was happy that the situation happened, but I was like, damn, dude, she really bit off more than she can chew tonight.
Have you ever fought a man?
Yeah. I've been in I don't know. I haven't been in a fight since I was like 16 or 17, though, to be clear. Like, I view fighting in general as like a white trash activity.
It is kind of fun, though, to be like drunk and you're running around town and, talk shit to someone, kick their ass, get your ass kicked. It is white trash.
Well, I mean,
it is a white trash activity, and you're a classy guy. You're a classy guy. Clearly,
that sounds like a fun activity right up until you get yourself shot because you're fucking with the wrong person on the street. You know what I'm saying? It's not worth it. Like, I mean,
did you consider pulling out your piece on that homeless lady?
I did not have my gun. I probably would not have pulled it on her though. She was not very big.
Yeah, that's probably for the best.
I don't think I would win that case in court, to be real. Like, I'd be like, oh, dude, you fucking pulled your gun and shot a 100-pound homeless woman in the park. Like, no, it's not going to work.
No, I don't think that would have went well for you. It was probably just best that you used your fist to beat some sense into her.
Well, she learned a lesson.
That was probably for the best.
She learned a lesson that night. That's all I'm going to say.
Right, equal rights, equal lefts,
equal rights,
that
equal
sort
fights.
of thing. Are you have you considered hitting any other women since? Like, did it give you like a sort of like thrill that you just want to recreate?
Look,
how do you feel about that?
I don't want to hit anyone, but there is like an appeal to like you're fucking like some woman's mouthing off and she like takes a swing at you and you're like, well shit, I just got a free pass to beat this bitch's ass, dude. That's that's funny to me, dude. That's hilarious because then they learn a lesson, right?
No, they don't. No, they don't learn a lesson. That's the thing.
Well, look at this.
They don't learn.
Like, let's say, like, put yourself in like a Foyd's shoes, if you will. Like, let's imagine you're like
impossible.
You're like 100-pound dude, right? Would you ever consider going up to like some 6'3" dude and just like hitting them or mouthing off? You wouldn't, right? But Foyds have this like, what's that like thing like feminists always say, like the unearned confidence of a mediocre white man? Like, dude, I think that's way more true of women. Like, imagine the confidence to just like go up to some dude twice your size and start hitting them, like just physically attacking them and just expecting nothing to happen to you back. That's just crazy to me, dude.
Most of the time they can get away with it because people know that the social consequences of hitting back can be worse, and then also the fact that a woman's hit never really hurts.
Yeah, sure, but like, is their hit is like the hit of 100-pound dude going to hurt some 6'4" dude? Really? No, that's twice his size. Absolutely not. But they're still, the expectation is that 100-pound dude gets beat the fuck up if he ever attacks a guy way bigger than him, right? That's like what I'm saying. It's like they have like some weird confidence about them where they just like. I like to think that women don't understand like consequences, right? It's like, think about
100%. Yeah.
Like, think about like the shit you see women say, like, oh, I should be allowed to go to this party with 70 people I don't know and just get blackout drunk and nothing bad should ever happen. Like, are you fucking retarded? I would not do that as a man. Like, I wouldn't even consider that. It seems too risky to me, right? I can get robbed. I can get fucking killed. Like, but women are just like, I should be allowed to do that. So I'm just going to go do it anyway. I don't care what happens. There's no consequences. But then if there are consequences, they run to the fucking media and say, oh shit, rape culture, or like, what, violence against women. No, it's violence against fucking people that make themselves available to be prey, I guess is what I would say.
You know, in your voice, there is a certain thing in your voice when you talk about this. The passion, I can feel it. Maybe even a little bit of a sexual thrill as you, think about the time that you beat up a woman, put her in her place. I do think that there is a component of that to it. I will say, to close this part of the interview out, I do like videos where a woman will like hit a black guy.
Dude.
You ever see those videos? And
Like-
every time they just get like
Yeah,
knocked
yeah.
out and like stomped
no
on and shit.
no restraint at all. None, zero. Like it's insane. Like that's why I kind of think black dudes are kind of based in a way. They don't give a fuck anymore, dude. They're in a way similar to women where they also don't understand consequences. It's insane.
Right.
I don't know.
So you channel the inner black in you, that
Well,
little piece
no, I'm not-
when you beat the woman.
I'm not gonna stomp
For
a woman.
transgressing.
I'm not gonna stomp a woman. Like if a woman comes and starts hitting me, yeah, I'm gonna fucking push her or something and say, you get the fuck away from me. And if they come again, yeah, maybe I'll hit them in the face. But like, they're not like, I'm not gonna fucking like hit a woman, okay, and then go full black guy on them and start stomping them out like while I'm on film yelling "World Star" or something like that. That's fucking crazy in my opinion.
Too classy for that. I respect it.
Yeah.
Pizza. Now I have a. You know what? I don't even think did we talk about the election at all?
Not really, no.
No, so I guess we did a little bit. So, we talked a little before the show about it, and you said that you don't care, that you hate Kamala,
I mean, look.
that you wish you could punch her,
Look, I'm not like
the homeless.
So how
woman.
do I word this? So like I would have preferred Kamala Harris won the election because I think Donald Trump's like what's a term, like an absolute just buffoon
a king?
that has no idea what he's doing. He's kind of like way in over his head. But like at
A
the
based
same
king
at the
who's
same
beat
time,
even more women than you?
at the same time, like okay, I don't like it doesn't really matter to me. There's no like my life's not going to change from this election at all. And like am I even slightly surprised by it? No. Like I've like long been a proponent of like the median voter theory where like you got to realize that like so for my job, dude, I go to like every store and like a fairly large radius and I do shit at those stores, and a lot of those stores are rural, dude. And I hear these like rurals just talking in these stores and it's fucking crazy. Like it's like an alternate reality. Like I'll literally hear them like, yeah, my taxes went up 2 years ago because of the Joe Biden tax hike and shit like that. And I'm like, what the fuck are these people talking about? It's bizarro world, dude. Like they'll literally just come in there and just like talk about shit like that in the middle of the store, and I'll just listen to it and just be completely flabbergasted by what I'm hearing. It's like, how do I even like what's another funny one? Like so like
So
do you know how, like seasons work with like berries and shit, like strawberries? So like
Yeah.
right now, for example, strawberries are absolute ass and super overpriced because they're out of season. So like for like the last like 3 months, like a 2-pound case of strawberries is like fucking I don't know $3.99, like a pretty good price, right? So the season changes, the price goes up to $7.49, and on like 14 different occasions now, I have heard like rural white people standing in front of the strawberry case talking about Joe Biden's inflation in the strawberries. Like they have no comprehension of what's even going on. It's insane. And if you tell them they're wrong, or you'll explain, oh, they're out of season, they like just don't believe you. They have no idea what's going on. It's really crazy. I'm not even slightly shocked Trump won the election, to be clear.
You didn't see Joe Biden's executive order on strawberry prices?
Yeah, crazy, dude. It's crazy, dude.
You didn't see that?
I think like the median voter basically just exists in a world where like they don't follow politics, they don't understand like cause and effect or anything like that, and they kind of just like think in their head like a very simplistic way, like life bad, person in White House blame, vote different person. That's literally like how they operate in their brain. It's like they're genuinely just stupid people. Like I don't really care anymore. So I stopped caring about politics a while ago.
So let me get this straight. You're, you would have preferred Kamala won. You would have preferred that she took it.
Yeah.
She didn't, but you hate her, but you would have preferred she won.
Yeah, because I
but
think
you're
like,
okay with it
but I
because
don't
you
like
knew
her.
it was going to happen.
So I don't like her, right? Like I've never been a fan of Kamala Harris, but like she doesn't strike me as like a literal retard like Donald Trump does, right? My issue with Donald Trump is that he literally just seems like he has a low IQ. I don't know how else to word. Like he just seems stupid. I don't know. Like the things he says are like incoherent. Like it's just I don't know, man.
So you gave up on politics because the median voter, is too low information. They're not on your high IQ level.
No, it's not even
But you're
about
not
IQ.
seething. You just don't care.
It's not like they're like low IQ. Like I'm sure they're not like physically low IQ, but they're not like people that can like correctly identify like cause and effect, right? So like inflation. So majority of the country just overwhelmingly supported all of that stimulus spending, right? Like they were rabidly in favor of it. Okay. A lot of it happened when Trump was in office, something like 75-80% of it. But then like the bill comes due, a year later, and all of a sudden Joe Biden caused all the inflation. And they like the people genuinely believe they don't make the connection, right? They know COVID spending probably caused a lot of it, but they don't get who spent most of the money, right? It's insane.
But you're not seething about
No, dude, I don't
losing the election. You just don't care.
I'm not
you don't care.
I think this is like
you're not mad. You're not angry.
I think this is like a really common mistake or like misconception people have about me is I'm some kind of like partisan Democrat. Like I'm not, dude. I make fun of the Democratic Party all the time. Like my only affiliation with the Democratic Party is that like I think they're the only party in the country with like some kind of coherent policy framework, right? Like I don't give a shit what the Troons are doing in school bathrooms. That's not like relevant to me. It doesn't impact my life, right? It doesn't. So the GOP doesn't have anything to offer me, right? I don't give a fuck about Troons. I don't give a fuck about like Mexicans. Like it's just these things are interesting to me, right? So,
dude, I wish that when I went to school that there were tampons in the boys' bathroom. I'd do so much funny shit. I'd like take 2 of them out and make like walrus tusks and go around and be like,
I guess,
you know,
yeah. But
like,
I guess my thing is like the things that are like seemingly very relevant to like the median rural white voter, like there being tampons in the boys' bathroom and like the Mexicans, just like I don't get how they like go from point A to point B. They're like, I'm poor, I make bad financial decisions, I'm retarded, but it's the Mexicans' fault. That doesn't like register in my brain. I guess I can't like identify with that, so I don't. It's hard for me to like get in like the GOP like angry rural white mindset, I suppose.
Well, I'm going to tell you what it really all comes down to. Those are all things that you can like harp on or have opinions on. But the real thing that the Chuds like, and it's the one thing, I myself am a radical centrist. I appreciate different opinions from all sides and weave them together to make a coherent framework for my personal view. But the thing I appreciate about the Chuds is that they really, really enjoy, and this is the only thing they care about, it's making liberals seethe.
Okay. Well,
it's owning the libs. That's 100% what it is. Everything else that they put into it. I mean, look at today. Look at the internet today. Look at Twitter today. People are just posting video after video of leftoids and liberals crying, shaking, shitting their pants, saying, we're going to put you in camps. We're not going to put them in camps. That's never going to happen. But it's funny to get their goat. You know what I mean?
But we're talking about different people here, right? Like, for Chuds, sure. Like, the fucking incel neat like right winger like Twitter poster that spends all day long just seething about random political events, like sure, I get that's their motivation. I fully understand that, but I'm more so talking about like the fucking like rural like white Hispanic / black guy that just like thinks that like the reason they suck at life is like the person in the White House. Like that's the person I'm talking about. Like I think they're just stupid is what I'm trying to say. Like, I don't like the Chuds that like sure, making the liberals mad or whatever, that's super thrilling, but at the end of the day, what do you really get out of that? You don't get anything. Like it's not.
Well, what do you get from going on our drama and LARPing as a super lib?
I'm not
to make people angry.
I get entertainment.
You know, it's the same sort of deal.
The people that are like
you get entertainment out of it, right?
Are super obsessed with this though, right? Those people are not doing it for entertainment. They're doing it because they genuinely like have like basically fabricated some kind of like existential fucking clash between good and evil, and they think like all they have to do is just win this next election and like everything's going to be better. It's like the same for like the libtards too, to be clear. Like a lot of them, like I think like the terminally online like soy elite liberal is like very similar to like this fucking soy elite chud that's on Twitter all day long. I think they're very like a very similar demographic, but like
horseshoe theory.
But like
it's the wing cut.
Let me be clear: the soy like incel chud online has way more power in the Republican Party than the soy elite libtard has in the Democratic Party. Like it's not even close. Like
yeah, because Trump is the party now.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So like Trump is like essentially I think what happened here is you have like the Republican Party like basically used to be like pretty policy driven and like they were doing pretty well for a while. But like every election cycle, they get more and more radical. They know they're lying. To be clear, like it's like a funny joke to them, like to the fucking conservative elite, like we're having a good time, we're making the liberals mad. But then they never let the retards in on the joke after the election is over. So then like it just keeps getting more and more radical. And then Trump comes along, breaks the leash, and takes over the whole party. Like he literally is like the avatar of like the poorly educated fucking Republican that just thought they were in a war between good and evil the last like 20 years. It's insane.
That is a good point. But, at the same time, the alternative is, did you watch the Al Smith dinner where Trump went and Kamala didn't go, but she sent in a video?
I don't follow stuff like that, so no, not really.
Well, I would encourage you and the Grillas out there. I don't have the video on me, but watch Kamala's video that she sent into the Al Smith dinner, and that right there is 100% the reason why she will never ever be president. She's the most.
She's insufferable, but like for all of like the flaws she has, like I mean, is Trump like he's just as bad? Like he's literally just as insufferable. He's literally stupid. Like it's that like she's like, but they're different kinds of insufferable, right?
He did go to McDonald's.
Yeah, Trump.
That was cool.
I mean, no, it's just like
admit it.
It's just cringy naked pandering, bro. Like it's like her saying she worked in McDonald's is also cringy naked pandering. I don't.
Dude, I'm sorry, you're seething if you don't think the McDonald's thing was cool and base. I'm sorry.
How was that cool and base?
How was it not, dude? He was like sitting there at the fryer. McDonald's is America. You do understand that, but like, right?
It's not like interesting to me that like a billionaire born into a privileged existence that has never had to work a day in his life, like went to go like basically fucking put on a like what do they call like a minstrel? What is a fucking like they used to make fun of black people? What are they called?
A minstrel show?
Yeah, a minstrel show of like fucking working class people. Like it's just cringy to me. Right?
You're having a bit of a minstrel show about our boy Donald being based, working at McDonald's, putting on the garbage man outfit, driving the truck. Honking the horn, honk honk. That was
actually
cool.
Just fucking just rural face, bro. It's insane.
It was rural face. You think that they should have been offended that Donald Trump did something that's objectively funny?
I don't think they should have been offended, but they should have been like, "Why are you doing this? This is retarded." Like I don't, I don't know.
I understand. You're too high IQ to see the humor in the situation, and
I mean,
you're not.
I'm not saying it's not like funny.
Clearly,
but it's also just like not like interesting. I don't know. It's not like. It's like an imitation of politics, I guess I would say, is how I view it. I don't think it's like, it's not like there's no substance there.
Why do you want substance?
Why do I want substance?
Yeah, because substance is like what got us into like Iraq. Why not just funny stuff?
Because at the end of the day, like eventually like actual policy has to come into place, right? To fix like problems that exist in society. It's not like, it's like, it does though. Like
it doesn't.
There are real problems. Right? Like they have to be fixed, and like at the end of the day, I think I prefer someone with like an above room temp IQ to be trying to fix those problems. I don't think Donald Trump has an above room temp IQ on a good day.
See, but you're talking about how like these rural people are like, blaming government policies and stuff for why they're poor and why like, their lives are shitty. Yeah. But now you're saying that the government does have to fix that, but you were saying that they need to fix it themselves.
Well, no, I don't think the government.
Now you're saying the government has to fix it.
I don't think the government's to blame for like someone being poor in America. Like if you're poor in America, it's because you are stupid, like or lazy or underemployed or something. Like you're doing something incorrectly if you're poor in America. Like I think that America has the greatest economy in the world, provably by every single fucking metric. And I think that if you are like a poor rural, it's because you have made bad choices. Like, do you ever watch the show Financial Audit by chance on YouTube?
Is that Caleb Hammer?
Yeah, absolute goon.
Yeah, I've seen that once or twice.
So do you notice how like all the people that go on there are just like...
I stopped watching when I found out he was gay because I didn't want to catch it.
Is he gay?
Yeah.
Damn, dude, I didn't know that. That's insane.
Anyway. That's why he's so catty with everyone. That's why he goes after the women so hard too. Gay guys hate women more than anyone.
He has like a weird thing with women. I've noticed that, and that's like kind of why I respected him in a way. But it's because he's a catty gay. I don't really respect that. It's like not the same thing. No, but
he doesn't have the lived experience to hate women like us.
Yeah. He's kind of like putting on like a man face, I guess you would say. I don't know, but.
Right.
No, I'm saying like, you've ever noticed like all the people on that show are just like completely retarded? Like they come in there, they have like $17,000 in credit card debt, and you look at the credit card statement, it's just like McDonald's, Starbucks, fucking like gas station burritos and shit. Like that's literally like the median voter. Like that's like these people are not like smart. They don't understand basic finances. They make a bunch of bad decisions, and at the end of the day, just like in that show, they cannot take responsibility for their bad decisions. It's everyone else. They never blame themselves almost ever. It's always like, oh shit, I was in a bad relationship, so I had to spend $73,000 at Starbucks last year, dude. That's what it was. I was in a bad relationship. It's just like shit like that. That's literally, except then rather than it being like a bad relationship, oh, it's the government. It's the government. So I'm a retard.
So the hoity-toity coastal liberal elite Pizzashill here saying pull yourself up by your bootstraps.
Yeah, exactly.
Joe Biden isn't responsible for the massive inflation. They should just shut up and go back to work.
If we're gonna
they should get a higher paying job.
If we're gonna blame the government for inflation, we need to be consistent in how we blame the government for inflation. 80% of the spending was Trump. Trump literally fucking calls up Saudi Arabia. He says, "Hey, we're going to pull all military support from you guys if you don't fucking cut oil production right now." And they cut oil production, right? The economy opens back up. It takes a while for oil production to ramp back up to meet demand. Gas prices go through the roof. And you have fucking Trump on Twitter. Joe Biden's increasing the gas prices. Even though he literally fucking called Saudi Arabia and told them to cut the oil supply. How is that you know what I'm saying? It's stuff like that makes me just not like politics. What infuriates me more is not
so
the politicians being
makes
retarded.
You not like politics.
No, it's that someone like Donald Trump can literally just be completely retarded, make the most wild and fantastical claims, deflect all blame for things he did, and it somehow works. Right? It's cringy to me. So I just haven't taken politics seriously in a while.
So you've kind of taken the. There's a lot of liberals who are like that, honestly, or people who are liberal adjacent. As a hoity-toity coastal elite liberal yourself.
I literally get called a Nazi on the internet all the time, bro. If you think I'm a coastal elite, there's something wrong with
coastal elite, top of the food chain at Kroger, CEO, executive Pizzashill, telling the poor people to pick themselves up by their bootstraps.
Yeah, and, pick yourself up by your bootstraps.
Stop blaming Joe Brandon for their life.
Get a job. No, you can't afford an $800 car payment, and no, spending $900 a month at fucking McDonald's is not a good financial decision. That's reality. I don't know. It's basic advice.
So it sounds like you've been black-pilled from the political process by the fact that...
The one thing I have always said the cons are right about is the fucking... And it just amplified it 10 times over when I started, being in charge of a bunch of wages. Holy shit, bro. These people are actually unemployable. They're unemployable people. And that's why they're poor. They're not poor because society fucked them over. They're poor because they're literally unemployable retards.
And you want them put in death camps, is what you're saying.
Death camps, no. But maybe we can trade them for some Mexican...
Maybe re-education?
Maybe we can trade them to Mexico for some migrants that actually have work ethic. I don't know, 8 chuds for 4 Mexicans or something. Probably get the same amount of work.
Coastal elite Pizzashill advocating for demographic replacement here on the Grillcast. Yeah. Wow. Can you believe it, folks? I
don't want them replaced. I just want people that work. And I will tell you right now, the laziest pieces of shit I've ever encountered working are quite literally rural chuds that are protected by the union, bro. I fucking hate. They're actually worthless people. It's insane.
Well, this has been a very interesting look into your opinions. How you view the world, how you view the state of politics today. But I can say, certainly, and I can say unequivocally that you are not seething. So anybody accusing you of seething about Kamala losing, about Trump being back in the White House, about 4 more years, about the wall getting 10 feet higher again.
No.
They would be wrong.
You're misunderstanding.
Pizza's not seething, folks.
I think that what I would is, I guess, I don't really care if you build the wall or ban immigration. I just don't. Basically, I just want the lazies removed from my site. That's all I care about. I can't take them anymore.
He just wants the rural chuds put into re-education camps and sent to Mexico to be demographically replaced by Mexicans. You heard it here.
Don't put words in my mouth. I didn't say re-education. Maybe the firing squad. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. It's wrong. But
he's not kidding. That was he just showed his hand. He just showed his hand and realized, whoops, shouldn't have done that.
That's exactly.
You heard it here first, folks. Wow.
Okay, so
wow, what a show.
Can I ask you something real quick though?
Yeah.
How lucrative is the fishing world, dude, for the crabbing or whatever you're doing?
It really depends year to year, right? So, for example, this last year that I went this summer, it was a decent season. The one before that was dog shit. The one before that was the best season we've ever had. So it's something that's definitely worth it. It's something that gives me some financial stability. It gives me a cushion to pursue other things. And I would say it's worth it if you don't mind shitting in a 5-gallon bucket if you don't mind being on a 32-foot boat and not touching land for 6 weeks, if you don't mind not taking a shower and being covered in fish guts, if you just like genocide, like, I just, honestly, I'm really in it for the genocide. I just love killing fish. I hate that they're swimming around in the ocean, unimpeded, allowed to do whatever they want. And the hippies are like, oh, just let them be, man. It's theirs. It's theirs. No. No, it is ours. Man has total domain and dominion over the earth, and we must harvest all resources from it. We must. It's our imperative. It's our God-given imperative to do so.
I have a bit of a phobia of being out in the open ocean. I used to go deep sea fishing all the time, and I got stuck in a storm off the Florida coast, and it was super insane. I don't like it, so I don't like going out on boats anymore.
Yeah, it's not for everybody. You have to have a certain machismo. You have to have some balls on you to do that sort of thing. I can see why.
I'll tell you right now, being stuck in the middle of the ocean on a boat during like a fucking tropical storm is not enjoyable. I'd never again.
Be honest, Pizza. Did you cry?
No. But we had to anchor. And,
I said be honest.
We had to like anchor like right before the storm hit and then transfer over to like it was like a big fishing boat because they didn't think our boat would like fucking survive the storm. So I had to like literally get onto another boat, and that was fucking cringy. I just didn't like it, dude. It wasn't fun.
So that whole experience was cringy, you would say. It was almost dying in the open ocean during a storm was cringe.
I mean, I feel like if you die in the open
That's
ocean,
your
like
takeaway.
think about all the ways to die, right? There are like some cool ways to die, and then there are just some like, I don't know, like some sad, cringy ways to die. And like dying in a storm on a boat is a sad, cringy way to die. It's not fun.
No, that's such a base way to die. You're battling the open waters.
Yeah, dude. Battling the open waters implies there's a battle there. You're just losing immediately. There's no battle.
The storm's hitting, you're out on deck, you're yelling at God, you motherfucker, you won't kill me! Can you imagine, dude? There's no cooler way to go out than that. Come on. It's cringe?
Getting into like a firefight with the cops would be like cool, dude. That's like a good way to go out. You'd be all over the media.
Cops? Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah, dude.
Getting in a firefight with the cops?
Yeah, being like a fucking militia right-winger, dude. You're just fucking, I know my rights. I know
That's
my
some
rights.
School shooter shit, man.
No,
Holy
dude.
fuck, Pizza.
No, dude, no way. I would never like.
Now I really am worried about that AR-15 picture you sent me. Now that you say that, dude, I'm talking about dying a man's death on the open ocean, and you're like, "Oh, it'd be cool to get shot by some guy who makes $50,000 a year to beat up black people."
No more like manly like death than just getting into fucking combat with other men. You know, maybe you kill some of them before they kill you, and that's the peak right there. That's just, just fucking get into a firefight with them, dude. Maybe you win.
Have
maybe
you considered volunteering for Ukraine?
No, because that seems kind of one-sided lately. I don't think that would be a very fun way to die. Like, also, like, that's not like, I don't know, man. Just sitting in like a trench and getting like hearing like the whizzing of drones overhead, and then their fucking grenade just falls in your head doesn't seem like. It's not the same thing as like a firefight with like the local PD or something, dude.
Well,
obviously, I would never do this. I would never do this, but.
You seem to have mulled this over, really considered your options, maybe formulated a plan. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting here. I'm feeling.
I'm not a planner, right? I'm not a planner. I'm like an impulsive kind of person. I don't like this. I don't come up with like plans, dude. That's not how I operate.
So you're saying that you're going to enact this impulsively? No, you're just going to snap one day?
In Minecraft, in Minecraft. Let's be honest. No, definitely not.
I am not gonna lie, I'm a little uncomfortable now.
Just imagine though, you can be like, shit, I interviewed that guy before the event. Like, it'd be insane, right?
Dude, this is not good. This is not good. I am still gonna post this, but holy fuck, man, that would
get you so.
You're wild,
yeah,
man.
But think how much publicity that would get you though. That'd be insane, right?
I'm gonna say that I don't want that to happen. I don't want that publicity. I want you to have a long, healthy life, or I want a shelf to fall on you at the store or something.
Let me just emphatically say, I would never do any of this. Period.
Okay, yeah, I believe that. That seems
yeah.
Whew. All right. Well, that seems like a good place to end the show. Pizza. I want to thank you for coming on and doing this interview. It was a lot of fun. We learned a lot about you.
Yeah,
the
no
real
problem,
Pizzashill, the man behind the mask, learning that you're a man with a big heart, that you care deeply for Pajam, that you love her, that you want her back. You'll do anything to get her back.
Didn't say that.
You'll save her from her Pakistani prince, and the clutches of her cold bitch mother. We've learned that you are, sexually excited by beating up homeless women. We learned that, you are a coastal elite who wants to ethnically replace white people and replace them with Mexicans. We've learned so much today, and it's really illuminating. I think a lot of people are going to enjoy this. So, do you have any final thoughts you'd like to share with the Grillas and the Grilla issue today, my friend?
Just keep on trucking out there.
Just keep on trucking. Words of wisdom from Pizza. For the love of God, man, please don't get in a firefight with the cops. What the fuck was that?
I would never do that,
Jesus.
Grillcast. I would never do that, dude.
All right,
but you
man.
have to admit, it would catapult you to fame.
I will admit no such thing. Disavow. Disavow, hard disavow. And with that, peace out, my Grilla!
I'm old as a boomer. My mind said I'm zooming. Everything cooler, long as I'm not Laura Loomer. If you think I'm not number one, I done spell that rumor. Hit the victory royale on some motherfucking coochie. Default
Orange
dance
Man
on a
is
bitch.
back!
Hit the default dance
He's
on a
back!
bitch. Floss dance
Can you
while I'm
believe
flossing
it?
in the whip. Victory royale when that chopper hit. Self-incrimination, I have no
And we will be back
participation.
with more normal shows in the future. Thank you for your patience, my Grillas.